another edition of the Contractors' Secret Weapon weekly podcast with your hosts, Dave Negri. This program is dedicated to helping contractors, remodelers, painters, roofers, roof cleaners, and business owners in the construction industry gain an unfair advantage over the competition. This program supplies you with information that the competition doesn't even know exists. This session brought to you by ContractorsSecretWeapon.com.
Before we get into the conversation with you, I just want to do a shout out to our sponsors who help promote Contractors' Secret Weapon and just some of the things that they have in store for you, our listeners. Hey, is your phone ringing enough? Do you want it to ring more with highly motivated and qualified buyers that contact you, the contractor, directly? No more waiting for the phone to ring. Just answer that phone. Best Home Services leads are dedicated to making your phone ring with motivated buyers that call you directly. There's no obligation to talk with them. Just go to ContractorsSecretWeapon.com/money. Fill out the form to secure your discount on the setup fee. Do it today. This special will not last forever. Check them out at ContractorsSecretWeapon.com/money.
Running a small business is no easy task, and I should know because I had a service company for almost 10 years. I am the founder of a software called Radius Bomb, and it's unbelievable. And for all the listeners of Contractor's Secret Weapon, we have a special offer for you to check out. If you want to send hyper-targeted, laser-focused, super personalized postcards to your exact prospects using a map while sitting in your underwear, then go to ContractorSecretWeapon.com/Radius Bomb, and we'll give you your first 100 postcards for free. Just go to ContractorSecretWeapon.com/Radius Bomb.
Hey, this is Dave Negri with Contractors' Secret Weapon. Hey, today we are looking at a whole new series of marketing, the good, bad, and the boring, and we're going to talk about boring marketing today. Of course, this is the first of the series of the marketing Copycats Are Losers. And the reason I say that copycats are losers is not that you as a contractor, but your marketing. If you're copying other people's marketing and not even paying attention to what it works or whether it works or doesn't work or whatever the case may be, then that's a loser. And we're going to go over on why it's a loser in so many instances that hopefully that you'll come to realize that. So the whole goal for basically doing this podcast was to help contractors like myself and you. That's what Contractor's Secret Weapon came all about, and because marketing can really be a mixed bag of nuts. And, you know, I never buy mixed nuts with peanuts, just a filler to keep the price down. You know that's what they do. And Brazil nuts, they're big, they're bulky, and they add weight, so you pay more for less. As time goes on, I learned the type of nuts I liked, and I bought what I liked and created my own mixed nuts. And that's what we're going to do with marketing. I know that's a crazy word picture. So I got tired of being told by the peanut manufacturer or the marketing people that I had to buy to get what I like and just throw what I didn't like away or hope someone else would eat it. So that's sort of what marketing has been like in the past. And what I've learned is that we have good, we have bad, and we have boring marketing, and everyone has a tendency to not know really what boring marketing is. So we're going to go over that in some detail today, and if you find out that you have boring marketing after listening to this podcast, it's not your fault because you've never been told the difference or have never been showed the difference, and that's what the whole goal of this podcast, this weekly series, is going to go through. So I know that many business owners will copy someone else's marketing piece because it's pretty, or they got a mascot, or they think that's cool, but in reality it's boring marketing, and that's why this series is called Copycats Are Losers. It's not that you're the loser, of course not, because you're the winner, because you're actually taking the time to learn about business so that you can grow your income and have the lifestyle you want, and you're far from it. It's the marketing that's the loser. Your marketing should be set up so that your customers or your potential customers have a compelling reason to call you. And as we go through this series, we're going to go through that. How to put together a series of how to get people to actually call you and not hope that they'll call you, but you'll find out that it's a science. So you're the winner. You took a chance to start a business, to make a better life, like I said, for your family. So I hope that you don't get offended by saying your marketing could be a loser. And so I want to point you in a direction to move you forward. And I want you to find out what we can do to make your business work by not copying other people. Find out what works, what doesn't work, and hopefully through the podcast series we'll show you what will work. So I'm sure you've been in business for a while, or even if you're just starting out, you already know what works and what doesn't work. Would really like to know what does work and why it works. So here's what I see. One of the reasons, like I said, for the podcast and for most contractors is most contractors do a great job at their trade. They spent years and years perfecting what they do. You go into business and you hopefully get the license and the proper insurances to start, but never really learned how to get business or learn about business, especially have it come to you. So, hey, we're guys. We'll figure it out down the road. You know how our egos are. And well, it took me about 15 years to turn the events that happened in my life. And I was sort of forced to learn marketing, to get people to call me because it wasn't prudent for me to chase them. And of course, still in this business, in the contracting business, it's really not prudent for me to chase them. So one important lesson that I learned after knocking my head on the wall is that there are people out there that could help me get to where I wanted to get faster than I could by myself, because they could see things I couldn't see or I wouldn't see. That's where masterminds and coaching came into in effect, and that's where my business really began to grow. So the key number one, it's awesome when people chase you to do business with you, to get you to pick so that you can pick and choose. This marketing segment of our podcast is going to cover 3 different scenarios of marketing that's out there. I call it the good, the bad, and the boring. So how do I know so much about boring marketing? Well, for the first 10 or 15 years, that was my story. I chased people to do business with them. Talk about appearing to be needy, that was me. Why was it boring? Well, did you ever look at a flyer? Maybe on a resource page, you'll find some boring examples, and we're going to put a link there. So a flyer could be a postcard. It could be a business card. It even could be a website, a door hanger. That's what I call boring marketing, is if it's just like a flyer. There's just a name, a number, what you do, and please call us. So for the sake of definition, we're going to call everything boring a flyer. So it's plain, even with 4 colors. It draws attention to you, not the problem you solve. It doesn't take into consideration what the customer wants. People purchase your service because they want a problem solved. And you, for the most part, have been marketing because you know you need to. And so the first person who walks in the door does a decent presentation, and it doesn't cost a fortune, you go with them because you feel guilty about not marketing, because you know you should be doing it. So you do it, knowing it's probably not going to work anyways, but hoping that it will because you need business today. Isn't that a scary thought? But we do it all the time. I did it all the time before, and it's a mindset change. We need to just change our thinking about it. And there's some really bad stuff I did. I'm gonna spill the beans. I did really bad one-sided business cards. I did golf magazines and golf communities, only to find out that they never spent or sent. Little League sponsorships with my name and my telephone number. Who's going to call? They're so darn busy looking at the kids running around. Come on. How about that free paper that goes out into the grocery stores? I've done that. I'm embarrassed to go further, but I'm sure you now get to the point. If you've done it, don't worry about it. It's over with. Think about some new things to do. So, boring marketing pieces in boring marketing areas. So I want you to go to the website for the resources to give an example of what boring marketing is. And the time is really to change now. Like I said in the beginning, boring wastes your time, your money, and your resources. When you copy, that's when the losing starts. And we're going to talk more about that in the future episode. So if you have boring marketing deep down inside you, you've not realized the importance of what true marketing is, and have marketing to work for you to get you business. If you get business from boring marketing, this is the type of customer you're likely to get. Boring. That's kind of funny. If you don't know who your target market is, and if you don't care what type of customer you get, then that's what you're going to get. Customer, someone who needs something done now that it could be okay, but it's not strategic for you on running your business. They're just calling for price. If you had a good marketing piece, they would be compelled to call you because they want to know more about the offer you had on your marketing piece, not necessarily a discount, almost never. They could be in your area you don't want to serve, and the list goes on. That's the nice part about direct response marketing and having a target market like we talked about before, that you actually put marketing pieces in areas that you specifically want to target, not random stuff because people called you and they want you to just put an ad in their paper because they're doing some advertising in an area that they feel that you should be in. So let's just talk about business cards, the most simplest form of advertising or marketing that all of us are doing with our business cards, and that's the first step. What do you have on your business card? Every contractor out there has a business card. And how do you come up with what you're going to put on that business card? What's on your business card? I don't know. More important, what's not on your business card? Is there a call to action on your business card? So my thought on business cards, you should have a business card with two sides. It should have what you do on it, your most profitable thing, a call to action. It could be a QR code. I know those are a little outdated now, but they still do work. That'll drive them to your website if people will still use it. But at two sides, because you want to make use of every piece of real estate on that card. And please don't go to Vistaprint and get it done cheap. I mean, I understand, but this is probably going to hand out more of these than any other piece of marketing. So it should look nice. It should be done professional, and it should have, like I said, your telephone number, your call to action, what you do, and maybe a problem you can solve for them. You know, if you put on your card, instead of fully insured, you might put correctly insured or properly insured. Because people will ask questions about, well, what does properly insured mean? Because most people aren't properly insured. They are fully insured, but a lot of times not correctly insured or properly insured. Okay, so your business card will most likely be put out there the most. They are mini billboards. Why don't you play a game on how fast you can get rid of 1,000? Because I'm a firm believer that if sometimes, ugly sells. Well, at least I want it to be memorable. That's why I use bold colors. Like mine is bright yellow and black. People may not remember me, but they remember the card. And I've had various conversations about that. Gee, I don't remember you. Oh, I remember this card. So probably one of the most important things you can remember when making a good marketing piece is why is it important to the customer. Are you bold in your statement? Is there a compelling offer on there? Is there a call to action? Call today. People love to be told what to do. So just a couple boring pieces. You can go to the website and check them out. So here I'm just going to go over a couple ads that I pulled out of a magazine that you can look at later. Go to the website at contractorsecretweapon.com. There'll be a link there. But it's here's a builder's ad in a magazine. He spent good money, and it just says his name, building contractor, construct, remodel, restore, room additions, baths, kitchens. Call us for the expertise, then call your friends to brag. His license number, his telephone number. But this is an example of a flyer. It's just blah, in your face. Why do I want to call him? Hopefully I want a room addition, or hopefully I want a bath. It's just a flyer, so there's no call to action. There's nothing compelling to make the customer call. It's just a pretty ad. This represents what I call 99% of the boring. So I've got a painting ad here in front of me. It's got two guys' names at the top left and right hand, family owned and operated for 30 years of experience, and nobody cares. Licensed, insured, low prices. Interior, exterior, so there's no call to action. Like I said, it's just blah. Hopefully that they're hoping that you'll see their ad in this magazine forever, and when you need them, you will call them. Same thing with the plumber above him. It says somebody's plumbing services, let the butler do it. Water heaters, toilets, faucets, electric sewers, and drain cleaning. Small job specialist, Christian owned and operated, license number, the guy standing in the picture with a butler. So there again, all these guys are just hoping that you will call them because they put an ad in the paper. You want it to be scientific. So on the next episode, is going to be on bad marketing and what it looks like and hopefully how to overcome it. So be profitable and have a great day, because tomorrow is another story on bad marketing. Again, I want to thank you for joining us and investing your time with us today. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and if you did, go to iTunes, give us a shout out. You can also go to our website, www.contractorsecretweapon.com, and check out today's episode and leave us a comment in the bottom of the page. And if you haven't gotten your 15 secret weapon strategies to getting higher-end customers, get it while you're at the website. Also, I want to thank again our sponsors for keeping this podcast alive for your profit-making pleasure. And so go be profitable this week. Work smarter, not harder, and learn how to leverage your time and your knowledge so that you can be more profitable. Again, see you next week.
Thanks for joining us for another weekly episode of the Contractors Secret Weapon Podcast with Dave Negri. We would love to hear your comments about this episode, so visit us online at www.contractorsecretweapon.com and let us hear your thoughts. If you were listening via iTunes, please leave us a positive review. The more positive reviews we receive, the more other contractors will benefit from this show. Thank you, and see you next time here on the Contractors Secret Weapon Podcast.